Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Son of Kaiju Review.
Well, the reason we're now doing a podcast is...
Our last Kaiju Review video, which was supposed to go out on Christmas, was on the movie Rampage, but unfortunately it got copyright claimed, and so we just decided to abandon the current Kaiju Review format in favor of a new podcast format. Far less copyright issues.
Yes, and just letting you know, our other videos will be pretty much the same. You'll see our ugly mugs on screen.
Just not for this new movie review format.
Exactly.
Which we've decided to dub Son of Kaiju Review, as previously mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so today's movie is about... it's Invasion of Astro Monster.
Woo. A classic Toho film.
That's what I believe. I always thought it was good.
I thought there were better ones personally, but I can see the appeal.
It's not the best out of the Ghidorah one.
But that's my opinion is mostly because it just wasn't one that I watched when I was growing up.
Ah, yeah, that could make sense. Yes, I always seem to find it on AMC, like the random Godzilla movies on TV. Just they randomly show up.
So, I guess we should probably start talking about the plot, which involves astronauts going to the mysterious planet X, which is apparently located behind Saturn. It apparently was there the entire time, they just couldn't see it. Until they could.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's because they were picking up radio wave signals.
Something like that, or magnetic waves, or radio waves. One of those.
I'm pretty sure it was like radio waves. So they send, let's see, 2 astronauts, Fuji and Glenn, up to
investigate.
And on their way up, Fuji is like, hey, somebody tell my sister not to do anything while I'm gone.
Kind of a tool.
He is kind of a controlling jerk.
Yep.
And we soon learn that his sister, Haruno, is
dating a creator
named Tetsuo.
Yes. Tetsuo! Wrong Tetsuo.
Hold up. I'm actually looking at the credits, and the character's name is Tetsuo Tori, and the actor's name is Akira Kubo. This was well before the movie that made those 2 names fairly famous.
Exactly. That's funny, though.
Yeah. So Tetsuo is an inventor, and he's recently gotten a contract for his newest.
I think it's like a sound machine. It exists nowadays.
Yeah, it produces a really loud, very annoying noise, and in the real world, it's used for women when they get into trouble.
Yes,
in public. And,
it's a whistle of some sort, but not
an electronic whistle.
Exactly. It's the only. I don't want to use the other word.
Now, I'm pretty sure that's what he intends for it to be used for in this movie. So, art imitates life, or life imitates art.
Yeah.
That's cool. And he gets a contract for it from some lady by the name of Namikawa, who we later learn has actually been seeing Glenn.
Oh, interesting. They want to get married right away. That's strange.
She wants to, but
Glenn's like, I gotta go up to space for a little while. I'll marry her when I get back.
So anyway, Glenn and Fuji, they go up to Planet X. Fuji goes off to go plant the flag, and when he finds footprints, he goes back to find Glenn and the spaceship gone.
Spaceship and Glenn are gone. Just gone. I don't know if you need 2 people to pilot that thing, but I feel like I've been left behind,
And then this tube comes up out of the ground, and a voice is like, hey, get in this elevator.
And he goes, no, I'd rather not. And he pulls his pistol out, and then a laser shoots the pistol out of his hand.
Yeah, you should probably get in the tube.
All right.
Okay.
Don't shoot me again, please.
He gets in the tube, he's taken down to some underground facility where he's reunited with Glenn, and they meet the controller of Planet X, who informs them that their ship is safe and that they're underground because the dangerous Monster Zero, which has been ravaging the surface, is approaching.
Yep. The creator of lightning storms on planets.
Yes, and we get to see what Monster Zero is, and it is...
King Ghidorah.
Yes. Now, I feel I should mention that this movie came out after Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, so Fuji and Glenn automatically recognize Ghidorah from his previous appearance.
Yes. And the leader of the alien group,
The controller.
The controller is pretty much, everything is numbered here. Ghidorah is 0, so, you know.
Monster Zero.
Monster Zero.
And after Ghidorah just kind of goes away and some catastrophe ends up happening somewhere else in the facility.
Yeah, like they have to go, some of them have to go and fix something, and
we're not really privy to exactly what happens because they quickly switch over to the ex-alien's native language, which is gibberish.
Yes.
But Fuji and Glenn recognize the hydrogen oxide that's mentioned as being water. So, water.
H2O.
Yes. But eventually the controller of Planet X does let him know, okay, so here's the deal. Ghidorah, as you call him, has ravaged the surface, and we are powerless to stop him. We want to borrow your monsters, 01 and 02.
Godzilla and Rodan.
In exchange, we'll give you the cure for cancer. Or, in the English dub, some, like, miracle cure or something.
Yeah, something weird like that. But, so...
I'm gonna go grab water. Want me to grab yours?
If I have a bottle in there, I don't remember anymore. Thank you. Now that we are getting refreshed, we can continue the podcast.
Yes. So, Fuji and Glenn are like, well, we'll talk with our leaders and see what we can do.
Exactly. It's like, I don't think they would mind lending their kaijus, but, you know, give them a break.
Oh, the controller of Planet X is like, oh, we know exactly where they're at. We just
just like...
We could just come pick them up whenever you just give us the word.
It's just funny, like... I forgot what I was about to say.
So then Fuji and Glenn return to Earth. Fuji and Glenn meet up with, after revealing this news to the head scientist at the astronaut place.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the place is called.
It was definitely not NASA.
I do know that they report to a guy called Dr. Sakurai.
Dr. Sakurai. And he...
They do kind of agree, yeah, no, maybe this is probably a good idea. I mean, we'll probably go and investigate to make sure that that's where Godzilla and Rodan are located.
Yeah.
Then Fuji and Glenn meet up with Fuji's sister and Tetsuo to talk.
He does not like Tetsuo at all.
Fuji, yeah.
Yeah, Fuji doesn't like Tetsuo. Glenn tries to, like, help him out, but then he kind of just leaves him to the wolf.
Because he's got a date he's got to go on.
He's got to do his thing.
Now, as Tetsuo soon realizes, the woman that Glenn is meeting up with is Namikawa, the representative of the education toy company that bought his invention.
Yes.
And so he's like,
they lied to me.
If at one point, Tetsuo does actually try to go to the company to figure out, okay, you bought my invention, but I haven't seen any money from it, and I don't see it on the market. It's like, what the heck?
Exactly.
What the heck? And like the head of the company who's in his office, not even meeting with Tetsuo.
Just burns his...
Burns the plans for the...
Yeah, just like...
Clearly...
He's a villain. He's a villain.
It's pretty apparent when we see the him wearing the same visor that the X-aliens were wearing. Although, for the sake of throwing it off, it could be that he was just getting a tan, given that's what it looked like was that going on. But it's, yeah.
Yeah, then Glenn and his girlfriend, I guess, are up just driving
in the mountains.
In the mountains area, and go to a little hotel,
little villa.
Little villa thing to do what, couples do.
What comes naturally.
Yep. And then he picks up, not Tetsuo, that's, well, pretty much he tells them that he wakes up and he sees, like, the lead.
Yeah, he later goes to Fuji and they start heading back to the place where he and Namikawa are staying. And he says, yeah, now, strangest thing, I was out with Namikawa. Then late at night, I could have swore I woke up and I saw the controller of Planet X. And Fuji's like, really?
Yeah.
You're a little...
Yeah. I think you're getting a little too into these aliens.
And Glenn is like, yeah, it probably was nothing, but, it's just so weird.
Yeah. Just
so weird. But when they get close to the villa, they are kind of impeded by some Defense Force guys who are there.
Like Army Defense Force people.
Who were there to basically try and confirm if Godzilla really is there. Yep. When a glowing light comes from the lake.
Oh, Godzilla. And it's a spaceship.
Turns out it's one of the X-alien spaceships. Who have apparently already been there. Yeah. Waiting for the approval to take Godzilla and Rodan with them back to Planet X.
Okay, if they were already there, and they knew the locations, why don't they just take them?
I assume they were operating under the pretext of getting permission.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough, but,
I mean, I guess we can just spoil it right now. The X-aliens are the bad guys of this movie. Mostly because most other media that has the X-aliens in it they're like, bad. Yeah, they're the bad guys. It's like anytime the X-aliens show up, they're the bad guys.
Like in Final Wars.
Or them. Godzilla Island.
Yes. Godzilla versus aliens. There you go. That's just pretty much those.
Yeah, this was actually the first Godzilla movie to actually have aliens. Technically, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster also had an alien element, but that was...
Ghidorah himself, I believe.
Yes, and a princess who was claiming to be an alien, or at least a descendant of an alien, and that could have just been like an alien entity possessing her.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like some ancient memories or something that makes sense. But this is the first movie in which actual humanoid aliens actually show up.
We recently watched this yesterday, and we had to rewind because we finally saw that the
aliens' feet.
The aliens' feet, their shoes look like elf shoes. Like, we've never noticed that before until yesterday.
For as many times as we've seen the movie, and we just noticed it now.
Criminy. Yeah, it's...
But so yeah, the X-aliens are operating under the pretense of a peaceful transference of the monsters.
Yes.
In exchange for a miracle cure. And so with the approval of the Earth government, they basically pull Godzilla and Rodan out of where they're sleeping.
Water and the side of a mountain.
And take them up into space and bring Fuji, Glenn, and Sakurai up with them.
Yes, and they get into the pods, because Ghidorah is showing up. And then, I have to say, this is one hell of a way to be woken up from a nap here, you know. Just getting a lightning bolt knocking you on your butt. So Godzilla and Rodan start to fight Ghidorah, and, you know, they start getting the better of them, but...
While this is going on, Fuji and Glenn have decided to kind of take a little detour and investigate more of the underground facility. Mm-hmm. It's at this point that Glenn and Fuji, after avoiding being captured by some of the X-aliens that are patrolling in search of the missing astronauts, the two find Namikawa, of all people.
Yes. Well, what we thought is Namikawa.
And then a second Namikawa shows up, and it turns out neither of them are Namikawa.
They are... all the women of this Planet X are all the same looking.
They're basically clones.
Yes. But Namikawa is slightly different compared to these ones, because they're being controlled by, you know...
the computers
and all that stuff, and
Namikawa is like definitely showing some emotion when last we saw her,
with
basically pleading for Glenn to get married to her before heading back to Planet X.
Yeah, so like she's in love and Glenn's in love back, but he's confused.
I mean, not right now. I mean,
no.
There was kind of some major stuff going on, so it's like, hold on. We'll deal with this, and then we'll get married.
Yep, exactly. Like
completely unaware, up until this point, that she was an alien.
Yep. Yeah, they're... all of a sudden, they have a... I don't believe gold crystallizes.
Yeah, there's like gold, crystallized gold in this like room that they find the two Namikawa.
Yeah. And then the people... the aliens that are trying to find them, catch up with them, they're pointing lasers at them, or alien weaponry of some sort.
And
they do a thumb, look at each other, thumbs down, and have their hands up.
Like, all right, Dakota.
Then the lead,
the controller, is like, well, normally we'd punish you, but since you technically have diplomatic immunity, since we invited you. You are free to go, but...
don't do it again. It's pretty much a slap on the hand. Don't do it again.
So the controller gives them the tape recording containing the miracle drug and sends them back in a replica of the spaceship that brought them to Planet X in the first place.
Godzilla and Rodan are watching them leave, pretty much saying, hey guys, where are you going? Hey,
the hell, dude?
Hey, this ain't Earth. Come on. What the hell?
Fucking A.
Assholes.
Save them from a space monster, and they just abandon us. See if we help them again. Who am I kidding? They're too adorable.
Yep.
So anyway, the two astronauts and the scientist return to Earth with the
recording for the miracle cure, or the cure for cancer.
Now, while all this has been going on, Tetsuo, having spotted Namikawa in the vicinity of the UFO that took Godzilla and Rodan away, and the scientist, he spots Namikawa, decides to go out, sneak after her, follows her to an island in the middle of what I assume is a lake.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
And ends up falling in a
trap door. A trap door. We got it. And I believe I'm curious if he just falls straight into the little cell, or he...
It could be either way. We don't really see
exactly,
we don't see exactly what happens after he falls down.
We just find out, like...
Because the next time we see him, he's in a soundproof cell.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to ask, why do you got me in here? And it's towards the boss of the toy company that he's trying to make.
Who, again, is an alien.
He's an alien, yes.
It's, at this point, pretty clear.
Yeah, he's an alien. He's like the chief of the Earth team.
Yeah.
Their group.
The advanced forces.
Mm-hmm.
And so the astronauts and Dr. Sakurai return to Earth, and they play the tape recording, And at first, there's nothing. That's just to be expected from this.
Sometimes, you know, it takes a while for the thing to start.
And then the tape finally starts playing, and it's like, to the people of Earth, surrender to us. We are hereby declaring Earth to be a colony of the planet X. Surrender, give up. This is not a miracle cure. This is an ultimatum. If you don't let us use Earth willingly, we're gonna F you up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so they're screwed until they try to figure out something or other to stop them and and now rampaging King Ghidorah and Godzilla and Rodan.
Yeah, because the rampage doesn't start, but the message is like, if you don't, we're just gonna bring Godzilla and Rodan back and have them rampage because we can control them. And the fact that the scientists and the astronauts didn't figure out that since they could control Godzilla and Rodan, why couldn't they control Ghidorah? Never really clicked for them until this
shit. Now we have 3 kaijus to deal with.
Well, right.
At first, it's just
Godzilla and Rodan, but they give them a bit of a grace period to think things over and then come to a rational decision to give up. But ultimately, that doesn't really go very well.
No.
But during this time, Glenn goes off to meet Namikawa to confront her about the whole "you're an alien and never told me about it."
Exactly, but
and Namikawa does try to plead with him. It's like, come on,
I want to marry you. I want to, but you need to marry me on Planet X or something like that.
Yeah, she does want Glenn.
Yeah.
Very specifically, but it's not exactly in the best. She's not exactly in the best position herself.
Exactly.
And it turns out that acting upon your emotions in X culture is
forbidden.
Forbidden. It is a crime. Punishable by death.
And they shoot her, and she has a very strange effect that happens, and she turns black and white and dissolves.
Basically, disintegrates. But not before slipping a note into Glenn's pocket.
Yeah. She sacrificed herself.
So then Glenn is taken to the soundproof cell that Tetsuo is being held in.
What the heck are you doing in here?
And we'll try to figure out how to get out of there. Tetsuo happens to spot the note after it's fallen out of Glenn's pocket. And it's basically an admission from Namikawa basically telling
the weaknesses of the alien.
Yeah. While also admitting that, no, I legitimately loved you. Yes, I got close to you under orders, but I legitimately fell for you. And I feel really bad about it.
Yeah.
Also, here's how you can defeat the aliens. You use that guy's sound machine.
It's just funny. They actually started up, and then aliens come into where the noise is being taken down. It's like, stop it.
You don't think that they would have confiscated Tetsuo's prototype that he had on
exactly,
or at least searched him for it.
Yeah,
but they never thought to. So Tetsuo just happens.
He had the thing to beat the aliens the entire time he was in the cell.
And the aliens didn't even...
No, they're like... I guess they're not used to Earth culture where, police officers sometimes have to pat people down to see if there's weaponry or drugs.
Either that or they were just overconfident.
Yeah, he's not the most, threatening of the group.
But
Glenn, when they break out, Glenn doesn't even use the thing. He just beats them up.
Yeah. I mean... They use it to,
weaken them a little bit.
Debilitate them.
Yeah, then he just knocks them out.
But yeah, so Glenn and Tetsuo get away, with the aliens stupidly rushing in towards
towards the sound. Then, after they
try to escape via a boat, but the boat gets destroyed by one of the UFOs. Except turns out Glenn and Tetsuo weren't even on the boat. They just sent the boat out on its own with a couple of their guards.
And they blew up the boat and they killed their guards. And then Glenn's like,
Tetsuo's like, now what are we going to do?
Well, I guess we start swimming. And we're just kind of like we saw this scene and it's probably just a like a little thing on a beach in a lake or something.
Yeah,
we're not like
out in the ocean.
No, exactly. Just like
because
that'd be eventually you will get exhausted.
So during all this, Fuji comes up with a way to deal with the radio waves that the X-aliens are planning to use to control the Kaiju. And they do come up with something. They just need to find the right frequency.
Exactly.
But
with magnetic, it's not. It's the sound waves. The
electromagnetic waves.
Yeah, but they use like the annoying sound to try to get the aliens in the ships.
Right. That's a little bit.
That's later.
That's a little bit. But they're trying to use this device to block the electromagnetic signals that the aliens are using to control Godzilla and Rodan. Mm-hmm. And when the X's are like, all right, well, clearly you guys do not want to surrender, so we're going to give you 24 hours to pray to whatever god you worship, and then we're just going to wreck your ship because guess what? God doesn't exist. We don't even care. They're aliens.
Yep.
They're evil aliens.
Okay, was there ever a good alien in the Godzilla series?
That Venusian/Martian from the previous movie.
Shut up. Yeah, she was nice. Did some dumb things, but that we actually was able to show that. Oh shoot.
But yeah. Let's see. So then, while they're working on putting together the device to help block the electromagnetic signals, just like one scene after we see Fuji and see Glenn and Tetsuo swimming away, they're like, "Oh hey, we showed up. We're back. Where the heck are you been? Don't worry about it. What's
Get out of here, Tetsuo."
Glenn's like, "Oh, come on. He found a way to stop the aliens." So Fuji's like, "What?"
Yeah. Just like, I don't believe you.
No, seriously, his really loud noise device. Turns out it's got a noise that actually debilitates the aliens. We can use that to our advantage. So the humans can concoct two plots to stop the aliens. The first is to broadcast the loud noise over radios all over the country to debilitate the aliens.
Yes.
And then to, of course, use the
magnetic waves
blocker thing to block the magnetic waves.
To help get Godzilla and Rodan back to normal. I guess King Ghidorah too, but...
So they broadcast the signal out, and it debilitates the aliens, who decide, oh shit, we gotta call King Ghidorah.
Yep, and so they call Ghidorah to come to Earth.
So we got 3 kaiju rampaging, but then the humans also use their electromagnetic wave blockers, which look like masers.
Yeah, it was probably a different design for a maser, but they just...
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the particle effects they go for resemble maser effects.
Yeah.
So they use that to break the X's control over Godzilla and Rodan. Godzilla and Rodan then fight Ghidorah and drive him off.
They fall off a cliff via Godzilla versus King Kong.
I guess.
Yep. And then Ghidorah bursts out of the water.
And flies off. No longer under the X-aliens' control.
The X-aliens blow the F up.
Yeah, the Defense Force uses their artillery in conjunction with the annoying sound to
damage the ships that they're in.
And then they blast the hell out of their Earth base to prevent them from having a safe haven.
Yeah.
And then I think it's just in the English dub, but the X-aliens say the only way we can escape is by going into the future, the only dimension we haven't conquered. All right, let's go. Boom.
Yeah. So, was that them teleporting, or is that?
I I can't even remember what exactly what it was in the
like
original Japanese version. But they just blow themselves up, basically.
Yeah.
Like, for all intents and purposes, they blow themselves up.
Yeah, they came, they saw,
They blew up.
They blew up.
And so the Earth is saved, and they've got Godzilla and Rodan again. Oh, right.
Like, I honestly, do you really think they want them back?
Lesser of three evils.
Fair enough.
The end. Yay. It's a good movie. I can definitely see why people appreciate it. I just personally don't care for it myself. But
yeah.
as I said earlier, that's mostly down to me just not watching it when I was younger. Really only watching it for the first time a couple of years ago before we started this whole channel.
But it's good. It's got its flaws, but
it's a good movie, and I will admit that I really enjoy Namikawa as a character.
Yeah,
like she is like the best character in this movie. She doesn't get a whole lot to do, but what she does,
yeah, like the sister character. Like, we barely even talked about her in this entire podcast. She gives the scientist tea, goes on a date with Tetsuo.
She's just kind of there to connect Fuji to Tetsuo.
Yeah.
And little more, which is a bit of a shame because there was a bit of potential there for more, but it just boils down to her being the thing that connects the two, but also being the thing that causes the friction between the two.
Exactly. And, well, that was Invasion of the Astro Monster. It's alright.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Well, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. It's not good, but it's not bad at the same time, like I've been saying before, but it's not one of my favorite Godzilla.
It does have its strong points. It's just that, for me personally, I've seen all of the Godzilla movies, and quite a few of them I'd seen as a kid multiple times. So
you've seen Godzilla versus Gigan way too many times.
Way too many times to really give that a fair review.
Exactly.
But we'll talk about that when we get to that.
All right.
So,
till next time, I'm Tank.
I'm Protomet.
See ya.
Bye.
And hopefully you like this
new format.
Yeah,
this was actually something we had kind of decided upon potentially doing if we got another copyright claim on one of our videos.
Yes, and
for the first video that got a real globally blocked copyright claim was our Iron Giant video, which no one was able to see.
Yeah, that kind of
we plan on
pissed us off to a enraged point because we put a lot of hard work into our videos,
and then for that to just get claimed right away.
Yep.
And not even just once, multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So we had decided, and after that I had started the podcast over on my personal channel with my brother, My Recycled Balls, and that was going well. And
yes,
you've been on.
I've been a guest on there, mostly the horror ones, or the slasher ones.
Yeah,
but I'm a fan of slasher stuff.
And we have fun with that.
Exactly. And, well, even Tanner goes on a little rant from time to time, but that's okay.
And we had decided next time one of our videos got a copyright claim that...
It's like, enough is enough. We're going to switch it to a podcast format.
And avoid all the copyright.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's why we switched to this format. Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
And just remember, like, our other videos will be the same.
Oh, yeah. Nothing else is changing.
Earth Alien Parliament will be Earth Alien Parliament.
Kaiju Hall of Fame will still be just as it normally. It's just this one.
Yep.
And I think I came up with a clever title for
exactly. Like when he messaged me telling us that Rampage had copyright claimed, and he brought this up again, and I said, well, okay, we guess we're going to have the Gamezillong podcast.
But by this point, I'd already put quite a bit of thought into it, and I was like, no. I was thinking Son of Kaiju Review.
And then I replied back, perfect.
So hopefully you have enjoyed this inaugural episode of son of Kaiju Review.
Yes.
We hope to bring you more. And until next time, I'm Protomet.
I'm Tank. And just remember, our old stuff is still on the channel. Give them a watch.
Well, except for the ones that got copyright claimed.
Yeah, but we don't speak of those.
We just did.
Damn it. That's right. Bye, guys.
Bye.